when you go out there this year, man, leave it all out there.
Oh yeah.
Leave your mark. You know what I'm saying? And I know you know how to play the game because I'm telling you, Scott said this dude can play, Jackie. And when he said that, I did my research.
All right, welcome to D.R.E.A.M.S Podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Scott Cloman. I got my beautiful co-host here, Mr. Jackie Mitchell. It's good to see you, man, and I'm excited about the guest we're bringing on today. I met this young man last spring. We were here in Edmonton, Alberta, working out, and we got the opportunity to train with some of the current Edmonton Elks. And he comes out there, and I kind of seen a play. I heard about him, and then we were actually doing some drills, and we started doing one-on-ones, and that's when he caught my attention. And I'm like, because stands about 6'2", 240, and the way he was moving like a DB, and I was like, whoa. And so I asked the question. I was like, man, like, did you play in the NFL? And, he had a short stint in the NFL. And, and before I turn it over to Mr. Jackie Mitchell, Chad Ochocinco, I don't know, it was a post that went viral where he talked about his experience coming up here, and he thought like he was going to just come and just, kind of wreck shop. And he was like, whoa, these boys are good. Well, Mr. Nyles Morgan is one of those guys. When you come up here and you see him play, there's different circumstances, different things happen, but this guy is an NFL caliber linebacker, hands down. I was like, I'm a tough judge of character, Jackie.
Yes.
I'm watching, but I was impressed. He I learned some things about him. I learned some things from him covering. And I'm not going to say what I learned because I don't want people to pick up his tips.
I know you get with my secrets.
But it helped me tremendously. Yeah, it helped me tremendously playing flag and touch football. With me now, and I'm like, man. And so, but no, man, just a great football player, great guy, man, heavy in the community, giving back to the kids, man. And we just want to thank you for giving us your time. And just so you know, D.R.E.A.M.S Podcast, man, D.R.E.A.M stands for discipline, respect, education, accountability, maturation, success. Locker room to reality. So this is you're our first current player. We've had guys come on that were making that transition and kind of talk about that, man. So, hey, man, you're our first current player, man. So
appreciate that, man.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. But I'll turn it over to Jackie, man. You can fire away, man. We'll get this thing going.
Hey, man. Well, I just want to say, congratulations as well, Nyles, on all the things that you have been accomplishing. You shared some things beforehand. I'll let you share that. Once again, I won't spill that. You share what's, important. But to Scott, to add on to what Scott said, that's what it's about, being a difference maker. Scott, when he called me, he was like, man, this cat can really, really play. Like, he was like, no, Jack. And he is. We both tough judges of character as far as just, because we've been around the game a long time, like yourself, but I'm grateful, as Scott said, for your time, for you sharing, on the platform. And I think, after this, people will even know more about, Nyles Morgan. So, man, we'll jump right in. And my first question is, bouncing around the league for a little bit, few years from team to team, not really know what was to come from it. Now you got a place to call home, being in where you are, being in Edmonton. What is the city of Edmonton and the organization, the Elks, the new labeled Elks organization, meant to Nyles Morgan?
Yeah, well, just to start off, I just want to say I definitely appreciate both of y'all's time and being on this podcast and then just explaining what dreams meant. I didn't know that. I appreciate that. I really do. I love my acronyms. I get it from
Yes.
But when I first got here, it was another opportunity, a new opportunity. I'm chasing my dream, trying to keep it alive. I was hungry, and I got up here, and it was the Elks, and then everybody was like, why'd y'all change the name? I was like, what was it beforehand? I was like, I didn't know too much about CFL, about the most I knew about was like Toronto, maybe like Montreal, but it was more, NFL football, college football. And got up here right when the name changed, and I saw all the legacies on the walls though. Like I saw all the banners, I saw all the posters. I feel the energy from the city kind of coming in, and I was like, okay, I'm like, I don't know where I am necessarily. I'm from Chicago. That's about 5 hour plane ride away, and but I know one thing that like they love football up here. I can see that, I can feel it, and I was excited to be a part of that and to bring my own legacy to the table and be as good as I can be as I'm sitting there studying how to play the waggle. Kids coming from American ball, y'all been here for too long. Because I was like, I just remember when I first got up here, I was like, just the different intricacies of that and how everything is like a moving piece and puzzle, and just applying, just kind of some new knowledge with some old knowledge that I already kind of had my base from. But I love coming up here though, honestly, to answer your question.
Good deal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I mean, I think, Jackie and I both can relate to that. Same thing. But, when I came to Edmonton, it was the, they were like probably maybe a quarter way through the season because I got released at the last cuts, which was like September. And I remember, so I played with your current GM, Ed Hervey. He was a veteran. Actually, Ed and I are from the same city, Compton, California as well.
Nice.
And so I remember it was like they had lost a couple games, so we had a team meeting. Here, like you, I don't know where I'm at, really. I'm like, I didn't know anything about Canada. I always talk about that. Like, I know for us personally, where I grew up, even in college at Southern University in Louisiana, like no one talked about Canada. I didn't this is. I mean, this. I feel horrible even what I'm about to say. I didn't even know what a province was. Like I didn't know anything about. I didn't know anything about Canada. Nope. And but going back to the Elks, but at that time was the Eskimos. We were at that time. They had made the playoff 36 straight years, man, and I was like, crazy. What? And yeah, right.
That's what I'm trying to be a part of. I'm like, I'm trying to go back to that cup.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's how you get that. You get that money too.
No, so. Yeah, sure, yeah. And it's just it's about winning. It's about winning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you win and you win, you get paid.
Mm-hmm. Everybody it's like it's like the payment come outside of the sport because it's just like the momentum. People want to see you win. Because, like I went to, I've been to other places where like I've been to like a Toronto, BC. It's not the same type of vibe when they win. Even when they won the Grey Cup, like I remember a few years ago in Toronto, it was the Grey Cup and it was like halfway full. I was like, if that was in Edmonton, this thing would have been packed to the sidewalk,
100%.
To the curbs. Like, I could feel that type of difference, here. So I was really blessed to be, just have that, really have the city behind you, want you to win. Like fans coming up to me, it's been a rough few years. They like, because my first year, I would like ride the train and like the train, the conductor, he knew me. He knew that I wouldn't pay. I was just like, I kind of walk on. I go, hey man, listen, I forgot my wallet this time. So it'd be about 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I'm getting on the train.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find my way to the train station, get down there. And so he just kind of let me always slide. But he'll be like, hey man, when y'all gonna start winning? I would have a lump in my throat. Like, I got you.
That's right.
You know what I say? He gonna tell on me. Like, get off the train. No more free ride.
Yeah, we need some dubs. We need some dubs.
Yeah. He gonna be a few games.
Hey.
Yeah. Funny story, man. Yeah.
That's how
I'd rather have it be that way, have people care about what you're doing. I go out to the community and I do different things and the kids are like, they want the example. I just find myself being in that role, and it's a lot better when you win.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
when it's being that role.
Yeah. Sure. Real talk, man. Yeah. Talk a little bit about that, like what you got going on. I see you doing a lot of training with the kids, giving back. I know you. So you have you have a training company where you're working out training kids. Kind of talk to us about that. What you got going on?
Yeah, started up in 2022 officially
Mm-hmm.
in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called Destin Athletics. I don't know where the
Mm-hmm.
name came from, but that's the name that it just kind of came to me. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
so it was Destin Athletics, and the goal is to take these athletes to the next level up in Canada because I realized it was that same year of 2022. It all happened so fast. I tore my groin, had surgery,
Mm-hmm.
had to do the whole nine, so I had to sit out. And I'm like, well, let me just pick up some more school events. I ain't about to just sit around here being sad all day. And I got out there more into the community, and I went to a few football practices, and I started going to football school, started talking to coaches, and I started seeing kids practice and play. I'm like, damn, there's some talent out here. I was like, okay, it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't what I thought it was. Like I had
Yeah.
that whole TO experience. I was like, they
Mm-hmm.
got some ballers out here. I remember,
Mm-hmm.
I was out looking at a few games, few kids, and I'm like, watching kids do one hand catches, man, juke 4 kids in a row, score a touchdown. I'm like, you need to have skill to accomplish these things. And
Mm-hmm.
this made me realize, we're all having the human experience. No matter if you're American or Canadian, it does not matter. Like
Yeah.
white, black, indigenous. I remember I was at a camp and this I couldn't even say his name. It was so long and so
Mm-hmm.
it was a very indigenous name. He had
Mm-hmm.
a heavy accent. He was the best linebacker out there. I was like, oh my God. I was like, son, you can go places. And he had no concept of that. He was just like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, I'm just go work and play. I was like, no. I'm like, you can really change your life. He
Yeah.
had no idea what I was saying to him. Now I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, there's no word. I wouldn't say there's none, but the market out here was low. Very fertile ground here. I could see that like it wasn't as connected as it was as in America. Like, you good,
Mm-hmm.
somebody gonna put you on somewhere, whether it be 24/7 sports or rival sports, and they're gonna see you, and then someone's gonna know
Mm-hmm.
about you. Here in Israel, it's always hidden talent everywhere, but up here, I was like, I saw somewhere where I could help, and like the light bulb clicked on, and I actually started training when I was during the COVID era. It wasn't much to do, and I wasn't about to just not working crap. So I get out there on the field, and I was in Chicago, and next thing I know, some of my like little homies, they just pop up, like, hey man, let me come train with you. I'm like, why not? I
Mm-hmm.
looked up, there's about 30 of them, and I'm running the show. I was like, damn, I was like, okay, I can do this. And then
Mm-hmm.
I got up here, and then the idea formed and it clicked, and I found some
Mm-hmm.
field turf. I started setting up shop, and we went from we had about 7, 8 kids the first year consistently,
Mm-hmm.
and then now that has expanded to 2 programs where we have Destin Athletics, and that's like pretty much high school to about 22, about 23. I want to get I like to mix my older kids in there, have that
Mm-hmm.
competition, and then we have mini legends where we have like our 7-year-olds to our 12-year-olds. It's more of like a bridge program, first starter program, showing how to the fundamental things. And all that accumulated to we had about 60 kids this year, like in total.
Damn. Yeah.
And like it's been amazing to have the growth and like really pour into the community the way that it's been. And I've recruited some great people to help me out. Like shout out to my boy Reese
Mm-hmm.
and my teammate, my boy Tomas. Like
Mm-hmm.
those are some of the boys. And also Gavin Cobb, who we just let go to Winnipeg. He gonna ball with our
Yeah.
boys over there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
these are some of the people
Yeah.
that like I really appreciate their time and investing into my belief, into my
Mm-hmm.
dreams, and we putting it back out to the community. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see it all growing, and it's all coming together even faster than I
Mm-hmm.
thought. Really, truly, I
Mm-hmm.
look up and boom, 3 years in, 60 kids, and I want to really make this thing something that could be national. I want to take it to like the next level, to where we can have like a super center in Canada where these kids come get trained and they work out and they are at a elite level. Because where I come
Yeah.
from, like I'm in Chicago, I know it's play. You got Texas big football, California big football, Florida big football. Chicago wasn't as big, but it was big enough for you to make it. And I remember how we had an elite system where it was the first it was like high school training with college, and then there was a
Mm-hmm.
level in there where we had college like training with like the pros too. there's always a graduation thing going on. So I adopted that method for my trainers, and I had a trainer since I was 16, and like I remember when I was at that age, we was all at that age. We didn't know nothing. I know I didn't know nothing. I was just out there trying to go get it. And I remember I had the right people help me out. Shout out to my dog Kerry Neal. He's been my coach since I was 16. Like he is my big brother. Showed me a lot of ways, And then I just kind of graduated myself into that same role with these kids out here. Like I just see myself doing the same thing, and I see how far it's taking me. This is my 8th professional year. I'm like, damn. I'm like, it's been and this is that linebacker. Like I'm putting some licks on people. And then he's in that jungle.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. It's called Destin Athletics, and things are moving well. It's great. Great being part of the community. Great just, just having the responses too. Like I love it when I have a parent text me like, hey man, thanks so much for helping my son out. Helping his next level,
for sure.
His next step. But sorry for rambling.
No, that's all right. This is your show, man. That's what we're here for. How can people find you, and if people want to sign their kids up, how can they find you?
Yeah, we're right on Instagram. I think that's been the best way I've been marketing myself and marketing the brand. Is just Destin.athletics. Real simple.
Okay. Yeah.
And I can send you the links to everything too, Scott. So you can also always push it out.
For sure. Yeah.
And then we got the website as well too. Just Destinathletics.com. And we'll be introducing more programs here pretty soon too. I got some surprises I can't speak about just yet because I got to sign some paperwork first. So we got some good things on the way, and we're about to actually start up our summer program pretty soon here. Looking about like
nice.
To these kids, just everything they need to be successful. Truly.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, that's awesome. No, that's awesome, man. I mean, that's where the world needs people like you. And I'm sure Jackie. I know Jackie had. We actually had a conversation how certain coaches played integral part in his life, in his development. And I can say the same thing. We have people who cross paths with mentors that showed us the way, and 100%. And that doesn't happen by accident, man. So that's awesome, man. Before I turn over to Jackie again to fire off a couple questions, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. On May 1st, 2024, you made a post on Instagram. I'm going to read the post. You said, I would like for y'all to beat my daughter. Is it Samaya?
Yeah, Samaya.
I said it right. Okay, I was scared I was going to say it wrong. Beautiful name, by the way. Samaya Soraya Ray Morgan. The past 6 months have been the most amazing, life-changing days of my life. My heart opens up every time I think about you. Mm-hmm. You're the sweetest baby ever. So, like, as I read that post, or that what you described in that post, describe your emotions when you think about your baby girl and now being a new dad.
Whew. It's like I don't know. Maybe I never knew what love was. I just when I look at her, I can't help but smile. I can't help but feel happy. And she is like a true light and joy. Like she is. I've seen her even at 6 months old. Really pull through some of my older family members who are just up in age, and I see how much life that having a new child can bring. But I don't like. I feel like everyone will say kind of the same thing that that their child special. I think my baby is special. I can't explain it to nobody. I just feel it through my soul, and I feel like a new door was just unlocked, and it's like a new source of I would say sacrifice, love, like commitment, like dedication, like a lot of principles that I already stand myself on, but just having like my daughter in my life, like it was so life changing that like I just I wanted to keep it all to myself. I didn't even want to tell anybody. It was so personal and so private and so like just like pristine to me that to be a father, to have that, I guess the switch of my mentality starting to kind of, I guess, evolve, I would say. And just having that, I guess, and be more of like I can't call it goosebumps. Maybe y'all can help me out. If y'all got some tidbits for it.
Maturation.
That's the word.
No
yeah,
point. No point intended.
Yeah,
but that's what the M is for.
No, yeah, definitely. That's definitely what it was.
No,
and I
yeah.
guess I can feel it, man. And just when she looked at me smile, like my whole day lights up.
Yeah.
Like, anything can happen. I see my baby, I had me a good day, and that's a good day every day.
That's what's up, man. And I mean, we can both relate to that. I have one daughter, and Jackie has 3.
Oh yeah, I need some tips. Like I need all the tips.
Jackie's your daughter. You have a similar daughter. She has a similar name.
It's literally her name is Samaya.
Samaya, yeah.
My daughter's name is Sanaya.
Yeah,
that's what I was like. Yeah. It's like
I love that.
Movie, I get emotional when people talk about kids. I don't know why, man.
I know. Yeah,
I mean, you know how I am about kids
now.
Yeah, so,
it's different now. Like, I look at shows now where like something happened to a baby, or something. I can't take it now. I got to turn on the TV. Sit in my own house, watching my own show. I've probably seen 100 times.
You do, man. It's like, and Jackie, you take over after this, man. It does when you have a daughter. You know, we've all been. We're all men. You know, we've had some fun and think, but you look at women different. I've always been a gentleman anyway, but when I had a daughter, it's like I can no longer do certain things. You see what I'm saying? Because you're like, what if that happened to my daughter? You see what I'm saying? Or even, and here again, now this is no offense to anyone. For me, you know, at being 48 years old, I can't date someone that's like, say, 25.
Yeah.
Because that's just me.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
my daughter's
see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I can't do that. I can't. It's just right. It's just, but some guys do. So no disrespect or no offense to guys who do it. Love is love, but me, I just, it's like for me, the cutoff for me would be like probably 35. I would say something like that, right? Yeah. So I mean, but I mean, I gotta have somebody who experienced some life too, right? You can't. That's just me. That's just me.
Sure.
Here again, but
I understand. Yeah, but gotta be on some similar wavelengths, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Totally.
More than not, for sure.
So yeah, man, I told you we talk about kids. I don't know. I
know it's crazy.
All the pieces, man. But I love kids. But you touched base on this earlier, as you stated, you were born in Chicago, raised in the Chicago area, Illinois, to be exact, right?
Yep.
Okay. Describe what it was like growing up there and what drew you to play football, and did you play any other sports?
Well, I say growing up, and just to be clear, my mother, she's from Gary, and my dad's from Chicago. Like that, like that was my dynamic. I was between two houses. It was just fun, but it was I would say that it made me kind of who I am. It made me like, I guess, as ambitious as I am. Just from what I took from like growing up, I saw a bunch of, I don't know, I wouldn't call people failures or anything like that, but I've seen a lot of people make bad decisions. Like I've seen a lot of people not do the right thing. And I also saw those who did. I saw the ones who did do the right things, who were, let's say, on top of their books or on top of their craft. And I saw the difference in those two those two like dilemmas. And I made wise decisions. I tried my best to always stay out of trouble. It was always kind of around the corner. It's like it was there. It's like it was there if you were looking for it. Truly, it was. And then I think what happened that, I got a bit of taste of life too. Especially with me being a black man in America, as y'all both know. my mother had a bunch of talks to me like, son, you can't really express how you might really feel
Mm-hmm.
because that somebody might take it the wrong way. At this age, I'm getting to be about 6'1", 220, 215, high school, and had a lot of different challenges like that. But I think that through it all, really forged, like the character I have today to understand, right from wrong, and try to always live my best way as trying to be the best man that I can. And then, I'm sorry, Jay, what else did you ask me? I know you asked me a few questions in there.
Did you play any other sports?
Yeah, I played a bunch of sports. I love baseball. See, I played baseball, ran track. I did shot put as well. I boxed for a bit, basketball for a bit. Did I say wrestling too? Wrestled for a bit.
Yeah.
Add it to the repertoire.
Yeah, boss. Yeah, I love sports. I was very active.
Yeah.
I met Bo Jackson like actually twice because of baseball and then because of football. He has the Bo Jackson League. Well, I'm sorry, it was the Jackie Robinson League out in Chicago. And I was actually playing for two teams. One, it was crazy. My dad, we were living out in the south suburbs, but then we always we had family in the city, people in the city as well. And he ended up putting me on two baseball teams at once.
Yeah.
They want to keep me in like the same areas. But I had a chance to meet Bo Jackson because of that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was crazy. But I met him again when I went to the Nike opening, and that's for like the top 50 players in the country for football. I met him right then again too, just a little tidbit. But yeah, I played about 5-6 different sports. Man, I love to compete and see how far to take things and have fun with it.
Yeah. Tell me this. Obviously now being a new dad. Before I go to that though, too, I just gotta say you say your mom from Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
And I think my daughter's FaceTiming me now. She's she getting ready to compete at a gymnastics meet. So I'm gonna see her face. I just shot her a text. And so yeah, so now she FaceTiming me. I gotta tell her daddy busy,
Yeah, I understand.
I know. Maybe she, you know what? She I know this is a little different off the grid. I think she needs this. This is like we've never done anything like this now, but and I gotta
let's do it.
I just think I just gotta.
I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing it.
I think she needs. Hey, I'm shooting an episode, but I just want to wish you good luck. Go get it. You're gonna be a provincial champion. Let me hear you say it.
Yeah, go get that dub.
Yeah. Can y'all see her? Oh, you can't see her. No. There she go.
Go get that dub.
Congratulations. Let's get this victory.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, they said go get this. Hey, they say any championship, provincial champion, anything less, we don't accept it. It's uncivilized.
Okay.
All right. Okay. You look beautiful too, by the way.
Yeah.
You look like me. Bye. I love you.
You don't put on the spot, dog. You don't put on the spot.
I had to. She called me 3 times, and
no, that's what you're supposed to do.
So I knew it's a superstition because she competes in 10 minutes. She going to compete
and she needed to 10 minutes.
She needed to hit.
Absolutely.
She was smart.
Congratulations, bro.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
It says change this device.
All right. Tell me this. Obviously, being a new dad, what adjustments have you had to make regarding playing football, the way you prepare, in your regimen or whatnot? Obviously, loving to spend time with your baby girl. Like, kind of what adjustments have you made?
I would say that it's been kind of hard, truly. Like just having like my daughter. I love her so much, and I want to spend like more time like with her. But I understand that there's a certain amount of time that I got to spend towards my craft too. Like we all know it's kill to be killed out there. And if you getting killed, you won't be there for too long.
Yeah.
That's how it is sometimes. And then even that, like you said, Jackie, like injury happened too, like and even all that's part of you, like or us, outside of just the freak accidents that we can't even prevent or know about. Like even when I get injured or like even something happens, like I have to be even more on top of it. Like I can't. It's like I can't let it slip even more now. It's like I'm like I got to make sure that one, yes, that I do want to spend more time with her, but then also I want to set up a legacy for her to have as well too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got to really make sure that like I really cross, and dot my I's and T's, and with me also being like one of the leaders on the team too. That part has been, well, I wouldn't say has been, but it was, my first year of that last year. She was born right before camp,
Mm.
like right before camp.
Mm.
So going through different struggles with that, her staying up, this and that, and I would say that it is like now, like I think coming into it, like this being my, I have a year under my belt of it. I can see, myself, managing my time a lot better too. Like not letting certain things stress me out as much, and it's not as many, complications that happen like a newborn. I was worried about when she would just, how like they can't deal with the mucus at first, like that's
Mm-hmm.
even working, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
worried about like how she's doing, while I'm playing football sometimes. I got locked back into the game.
Yeah.
But I take it all and I embrace it all truly. I
That's
think that's
awesome.
part of being a man, part of being what we are and trying to be the best of it out of our circumstances. And, I always want to prepare myself to be at the highest level. So I understand that that's gonna come with, sacrifice, and I just understand how to utilize my time even better than I did last year, so I can not make as many sacrifices. I can have everything I want. A lot of that is, like you said, that first letter that of the acronym, discipline. Like just
Mm-hmm.
having more, and this I see how having like a daughter like forced me even more. I was already getting up at 6 a.m. Now I gotta get up at 5:30. Just in 30 minutes help me out so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
getting to the tubs, getting to treatment, getting the beacons even faster,
Mm-hmm.
preparing myself to end my day with football and have enough in that day to be fulfilled. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm studying, usually I'll study at, 8, 9 o'clock at night or even 7 o'clock at night. Now it's more like I'll study either after the baby go to bed all night
Mm-hmm.
or I get up and do it before. So I have that time period, that block period where I can spend time with my child and love my child because we all know how like the game. This is a 6 months. We really going to war. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can't not prepare yourself, and I never ever will ever say that like my daughter will ever hold me back ever. So
Mm-hmm.
I always make sure that I am prepared for the
100%.
battle, prepared for your father.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like she's more of a motivation, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
for
Yeah,
sure, man.
she.
Yeah.
That
And,
rep on kid.
and before Jackie run away with this thing, man, we want to congratulate you too on signing a new deal.
Thank you, I
I think,
appreciate that.
yeah, no, man, that's huge, man, to get another opportunity to share your
100%.
talents with the world, and anytime we can put on those cleats and that helmet,
Yeah.
and it's an honor,
Oh yeah.
and I want to ask, you know, in a short summary, Jackie, what, because you experienced that, having newborns, kids going right into training camp. It's just really quick, just very quick, because I know we're a little tight on time. What advice would you give, Nyles?
First,
Uh,
Nyles, I want to say, man, congratulations. You're doing a great job of even, preparing how you're going about, your ordeal. Like you said, using that 30 minutes, taking that time at time. The greatest thing about the CFL, what I had to learn, Scott, is that 4 hours. I don't know if it's still the
mm,
same, but it's not
yeah,
like the league. You
yeah,
understand?
yeah, yeah,
You're in there
yeah.
all day. So how his time management is going now, I feel like he's on the right track. I had, like you said, I had to do the same thing. I wake up early. You
Mm,
know, I what I tried to make sure of, I did everything the night before.
mm,
Or if it was something I had to do during the week, I would do it all on the weekend. So that
mm,
would
Mm-hmm.
allot my time. You see what I'm
mm,
saying? Like you said, going
mm.
into training camp, I know what that means, preparing your body mentally, physically, emotionally. But just like you now, man, I see my children. I'm
Mm-hmm.
putty,
Yeah,
bro.
all that out the
I'm
window.
putty. Like,
I can't
right.
even help.
Yeah, right. So only thing that I would like to share, and Scott, thanks for bringing that up. But only thing that I would like to share is the preparation and prioritizing comes with the discipline. You already have that. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's like you said, if you're waking up at 5:30, take that 30 minutes, but you also have to make sure you're getting proper rest.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key, because
Yeah.
our schedule goes by our children. People say no, your skills go by your child when you
Yeah.
get back to that house.
You do shit, yeah,
So
like shit.
I would say, if you and your significant other, I don't know the circumstances or dynamics of that, but I would try to have the child down by 7:38. That's
Yeah.
bathed, that's
Yeah.
fed, and so
Mm-hmm.
because they're gonna sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and then we even if she's sleeping beside me, I can still get my work done. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You got to still make time for mama too.
Mm-hmm.
If she's there. So in doing that, I think the biggest thing is, as you said, as much as you can get done in that 4 hour window, do it. If it's something that's tangible you can do outside of that, that's fine. But the way you're going about it, I think you have a great platform. I think you have a great plan. And I feel with the newness of the new contract is going to give you more flexibility, because now I don't want to sound crazy or jinx. It's not the worryation of job right
Mm-hmm.
now. You
Knocking
see
on
what
the
I'm
wood,
saying?
just in case, just knocking on the wood.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
what I said. That's what I
yeah.
said. As of right now, I'm gonna knock on some wood with you too. But as of right now, when you get that new contract, it's a sigh of relief.
No, it is, yeah,
I get to
100%.
take care of my family, and now you can put some things in motion, and you can
Yep.
kind of, I ain't saying ease up,
No, yeah,
but you
yeah.
create, the possibilities, and prioritize your time that's
Mm-hmm.
fitting for you and your family,
100%.
nobody else. That's because you can say, oh, I can help you do this, and I can do this, and I can do the camp. Nah, you know, make sure that you're allotting that proper things for you as well, because the rest, the mental side of it, because if baby girl ain't doing good, you ain't doing good. If the
Mm-hmm.
house ain't doing good, you're not doing good. No
Mm-hmm.
matter what, you can go out there and perform, but if this ain't together, if
Yep.
this is not in the proper space where you can look at that child and be like, everything's good at home, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
you at the game, baby, coughing, she had a little cold, man, my baby all
I
right.
know.
That's not the way to be, because you're not at your best.
100%.
So the way you're going about it, man, and like Scott said, if man, Nas, I'm an open book, like you said,
I
man.
got
You
you. Yeah,
have
I'm about to
any
say,
questions? Yeah, you got any
I'm
questions, bro? Like,
questions.
that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about us pulling each other up, us walking along the same line. Positive, we all got families, we're all grown, like you said, man. And what more important is to bring the child into the world and doing it the right way.
100%.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Appreciate that. Both of
absolutely,
you.
absolutely. So it's my question. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I get caught
Yeah.
up in it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Take it. No, it's on you, man. You
I
can
don't
run
even know
away
what
with this
question to
thing.
ask anymore. We done got all.
Yeah,
We'll
go ahead.
figure it out.
No,
We'll figure something out.
you got the next
Uh,
two.
I got the next two. Okay, let me see. Let me
Yep.
see. Let me see. Uh, oh yeah, you mentioned it. Oh, okay. For being you as a top 50 recruit, you decided to take your talents to South Bend, man. Old Notre Dame.
Yep.
What led you to that decision? I think I know, but I'm gonna let you say and talk about what you went through having to wait your turn to be the man again.
See, where I started. It was actually, they got me with the 30-year decision. I really believe that. When it came down to just the weight of that degree, and they're also pretty adamant about having me as well too. Brian Kelly, he was coming out to my high school. He was trying to have dinner with the family and show a lot of support, especially being so close. They were I think they were actually the second school to offer me. Like I had 41 Division One offers coming out. I was ranked third in the country for linebacker, second in the state. That was both us, me and Clifton Gary. We were pretty much killing things, and a lot of different options on the table. And I actually remember my coach too. My his name was Coach Konecki. He he cursed me out. I'm not even gonna lie. He was like, because I didn't have Notre Dame even in my top 5, or just like he was just like, how can you not even consider them? They come up here to school all the time for you, and this is a great school. And I was like, you know what? I'll give it another shot. I bet because I went up there the first time, and it was a bit of a culture shock, like coming in from me being African American to a PWI.
I
Like my
visited
school
Notre
was
Dame. I
more
know
like
exactly what
50-50.
you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it was more like 50-50, 60-40. Now it was like 90-10, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say
80-20.
95-5.
Yeah, 95. I'm getting some eyes around here. And so
Yeah.
that part I think scared me initially, but then went back again for my official, and I saw like the love of the game that everybody shared, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I can be a part of this. On top of me, also understanding that I will be challenging myself to in the classroom to, I kind of took pride in that as well. I have to. My father's a principal. I don't think he would ever let that down if I didn't take pride in, just my education. So I decided to challenge myself. I decided to see, where I really stood academically and on the football field. And it really did. It really does matter, though. I think, like, I remember when I was trying to find my way through jobs, and it wasn't a problem with me actually having a job. Like, I showed my resume, they were like, "We hire you tomorrow." I was like, "All right, man." I was like, "Wait." They was like, "Yeah, you got to work from this hour to this hour." I was like, "Well, I got to train from this hour to this hour." And they was like, "You can't train different times." I was like, "I don't think I can." I was like, football was first, and I was like, well, any issue that I would have had, but it really did change the game for me. I remember me just being in random places, and like people would actually know who I was, and I wasn't nowhere near South. And I was in California eating steak. They was like, "You played for Notre Dame? I watched you on TV," and I was like, mind blown myself that I'm 1,000 miles away from from the school, and exactly. But yeah, that's why I chose it. It was a 30-year decision, and I still feel that way. I'm still glad that I went there. I need to go back for spring game. It's been a while. I've been in Canada, just working. Need to get back there. Did you ask me any other questions, or just about Notre Dame?
No, that was it. That was
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It was just waiting for your turn to be the man, but that
Oh yeah,
within no
that part. Yeah,
time.
it was. I had to work through that. I had to. I knew what it felt like to kill your ego. Coming in because so I was that guy. I was rolling in, and then I got to Notre Dame, and our DC just left the NFL. So this is a whole new ball game. It's going from really, it was like going from high school ball to pro ball because he didn't change nothing. I learned everything. I learned everything from one take to three takes, cover four, to cover three, to cover eight, everything. He was real anal about linebackers knowing the game, man. Gave me a lot of lessons to learn how to really be a leader, how to really know your stuff, and not just go out there and play football and motivate guys, but to know how to put people in certain positions. My job, half my job is also directing traffic. Like if somebody ain't lined up, it's probably my fault in some aspect of the game. It's how it is. Accepted it. I've learned from it. And I had some great learning moments at Notre Dame too, on how to really be a leader, how to push buttons and pull people with you as well too. How that both available options to help people. Uh, First year came out, pretty much sat me, and then I'm looking up. We're playing Navy. It's like the game 10 of the season. Confidence kind of shot. Boom, starter breaks his leg. They like, Morgan, you up. I'm like, where is my mouthpiece? I was like, oh, damn. Oh, damn. Well, I went out there, had like 2 TFLs, 6 tackles, going crazy. I made freshman All-American that year. And then I was so heartbroken my sophomore year when they put me pretty much back on the bench. They gave this guy back his job. And, oh, man. And I wish he performed better because I would have felt better about sitting on the bench. I'll leave it at that. It wasn't. It was like it was a seniority thing going on. But I get it though because at Mike linebacker, like there's a lot of traffic in there. You got to be able to speak, talk, direct. Like that is a key point of that position. Outside of you obviously getting the job
You're
done.
the brain. You're the
Yeah, you're
quarterback of
playing.
the defense. You're the brain.
Yeah, I know the safeties, they think they the brain, but I promise you that jungle in there, when they run the ball, it gets crazy. I'm like, I got to do my job so that I can set you up for success and everything else like that. And then also, just getting D-line straight, getting directions from the safety. Like, when I'm looking back at him, D-line, like, what's the call? I'm like, I already told you the call. It's the call again. I line up. And it's all, happened before they hiked the ball. And then I got up at the CFL. Shoot, all the receivers moving around. I was like, damn. I was like, is it 41? Is it 23? But it was a very humbling lesson learning how to wait your turn. And then, I took off my junior and senior year, and I didn't look back.
Solid, man. That's solid, man. And you're right, man. Scott knows this. I played safety corner. I played linebacker in the CFL.
Okay.
So I know all about that, man. And I was told this. I'm not saying this, but this is what I was told. I revolutionized the dime position because I was the first person they didn't have to sub for.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's huge to not be able to not have to sub. That means you playing the run.
Yeah, I don't mind now. I'm a pop you now. I'm a pop you. I'll pop you now. Yeah.
Like man, I love my Sam to be like a dog. I'm like, yes. I'm like, I can send the ball your way and not worry about it popping out.
Right. And that's
in the sky, rolling back down. I'll set them up for success because I already know that they got to block me. Even when I was at Will too, like it'd be great to have another tangible piece to where like I can go out the box, people in the box, take me to 14 set versus the 41 set. Now I'm really playing Mike linebacker, but it's I love
playing cutback though
all day. You talk ball all day.
Yeah, you playing cutback over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm praying ball cutback. It will.
Yeah, man. But
it's cool, man. I love to know that.
Yeah, man.
I respect.
Yeah, same, man. I'm just enjoying listening. Man, we'll wrap it up, but I got one more question. Scott told me I had one more question. So, you being 28, soon to be, 29, got a birthday coming up in August, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what does the 28, almost 29-year-old Nyles Morgan tell 21-year-old Nyles Morgan?
What do I tell him? I would tell myself, or I'll tell the younger me, like, believe in yourself. It got dark a few times about that age. I always remember just got cut from the Bears. I got cut on Mother's Day. And then, so what they do is that we have Mother's Day off, I'm coming home. I'm like, you come home with flowers? I'll give them flowers, but I was there to stay.
He said I was there to stay.
Like,
that's tough, Doc. That's tough. That's tough. Happy Mother's Day, Mama.
Happy Mother's Day. Be present, your son home. And it was like this. Wow. I remember then I was battling injury for rehab. It was a crazy break for me. Because right about then, I was just having my, I was just having shoulder surgery. I just got done playing my last game. And then I got my shoulder checked out. They was like, we sorry to tell you this, but you need surgery. We're going to have to cut you open. I'm like, I missed out on the draft. I missed out on the Reese Bowl. I missed out on everything. Only had 2 months to prepare for my combine because, I'm in a sling. I'm like, slinged up. There's nothing I can do.
Nothing you can do with that.
Crazy.
It was eating me up inside. I'm watching Roquan Smith train with me, Leighton. Went to Van Der Esch. He went to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Movie State. I'm like, I'm right on par with these guys, and I just didn't have a chance to show it. They eat me alive, And so when I look back, I would say keep believing myself, and that's what I did. I kept pushing the narrative, and I never let circumstance dictate, who I said I wanted to be. I remember also when I got to went from the Bears and I went to the Titans, and I had to check my ego again because I remember even then they brought me in late, And I went out there. First game out there, they put me in the second half. Went out there at 12 tackles. 12 tackles, TFL, fumble recovery, went nuts. Like, went nuts. And I'm like, I deserve to be here. I deserve to be on a team. They cut me, released me. They were like, you was just like, the coach told me, he's like, straight up, he was like, you was here 2 weeks earlier, you'd have been on the team. They were like, they had you for camp. Like, I'm sorry.
Not even a practice squad?
Scott, I told you when if they left him on practice squad, somebody would have got fired because they made a mistake.
Somebody getting fired.
Somebody get fired.
It was between me and Robert Spillane. You guys know who that is.
Yep.
He started linebacker for the Vegas. For Vegas. And yeah, man, I was just like, I was sitting there looking over at that, and it was a heartbreaking moment for myself. I felt like when I competed, I felt like I should have been where I was and back home again. It was a dark moment. I'm trying to figure out, how to work a job. I'm working live. I'm working from my gym at the time. Trying to figure my life out. My parents like, when you gonna come on and get a job? Now this football like working out too well. I'm like, I feel you, but I ain't done yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, I say that for anybody, everybody. Push through them dark times. Keep doing what you say you want to do with your life. I think God always hears us. Truly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I look up, boom. I'm still playing. I'm still making records. I'm still getting better. Still hitting PRs on the bench. On the squat racks as well. Still playing good football, getting better. Even like each year, I want to keep getting better. I'm like, that's the recipe. You just keep stacking them years up. So I look at the greats. Like I met Troy Polamalu actually when I was in AAF, and I was starstruck. That was one of my favorite players. And I watched his career, and I watched his longevity. I remember watching James Harrison. I trained with the man. Actually, I don't know. I can't say I trained with him. I was there while he was training. And I saw just the amount of work he put into his craft, and I never let these lessons go, ever. And I bring them to my craft, and people who know me, who know the way I train, I work out, they going to tell you that I'm crazy. But I guess crazy get you 8 years, 9 years, 10 years plus. So I got to keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep the boat going,
That's what you said about me and Jackie.
Yeah.
Crazy. When you told me your age, I was like, damn. I ain't know what you doing like that.
I know.
I'm shit. I'm like, he got it in him.
Yeah, man.
Let it go. I'm with it. I want to be your age. Same thing. Dice these kids help. Talking crazy.
I applaud Scott. I tell him all the time. I'm like, bro, I'm so proud of you because you killing these dudes.
Killing it, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
I don't say that. I don't take that lightly, man. So I told you, Scott, we got a few guys who went to school with us now. They be trying to hate on my guy, and I can't let them.
Yeah.
I'm like,
always
always. I tell him, man, y'all over there sitting on the couch eating biscuits, drinking beer. I said, my guy out there, he running track meets, he doing flag. I said, let him be great. Let him
wish they was you, Scott. I promise you.
They know because they're around. They can't even see their feet, man. The belly. And some of them guys, you know how it is. I can't say what I really need to say because this is a PG show, but they know who they are. And I hope you see the show, sucker. Oh man. But you have anything else, Scott? I know I'm supposed to.
Man, we'll finish it up so he can go get to the kids, man.
Okay.
But I just really quick, I saw something you were in 2017, 2018. Obviously, you were a team captain, so that's a huge accomplishment, man. Congratulations on that, being a team captain at University of Notre Dame. But I saw you guys went to the Citrus Bowl, and you were stripped of that.
Another hard.
What happened, and what did you learn from that situation?
What happened was we had strict rules about curfew, so to say. But I guess I wasn't aware of all the rules. I should have been. Obviously, I've been there for so long, XYZ. And we were hanging out with some friends who were local to the area. Some of my homeboys who were down there in Florida. And it was me, my teammate, and we were all hanging out in the rooms. And then we were going out to pretty much go get food and come back. It was like a Tuesday, Wednesday. And the bowl game wasn't until about Saturday, Sunday. And so then there was like, I was actually, I was like, nothing happened with me. We hung out. I went back to my room, went to sleep, woke up, they knocked on my door. They say, yeah, now it's come with us. I'm like, for what? I'm like, what happened? And apparently, guess when I left, there was an incident that didn't involve me, but I was involved because I
You were the
left my.
captain. You were there.
Yeah, I was there. And I was like, they wanted me to pretty much like point the finger and put the blame. I'm not built that way. So I was just like, I was there. You gonna punch me? Just punch me. I didn't understand the ruling. They were like, it's a curfew thing. You can't have anybody else outside your family like with you. I'm just like, okay, that was the rule.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily agree. But I was just like, is this what it is? Then I'm not gonna make it no worse for myself.
Yeah, for sure.
I just gotta stand up for it. Anytime somebody asks me, I tell them what happened. My family was like, "What happened? Why didn't you tell us?" I was like, it just didn't make sense to me. And I told them, they was like, they were, more or less like that. It wasn't, that big of a deal. They thought that I didn't, they thought I was shoplifting or something. Or I did something easy. I went off in the, on coach or something like that.
Yeah.
All type of speculation. But definitely lesson learned though to make sure that you were accountable for what happened with you and your actions. That was a hard lesson I had to learn because I'm sitting over there crying like, just to myself because I know I didn't do nothing. I was, and then I talked to my agent about it. He gave me some good words of advice back then. He was just like, he said what I just said to y'all. He was like, you got to be accountable for your actions. Make sure you know the rules, even if it don't seem like it's an issue.
Yeah.
So now I always come into the, any type of equation, what is the situation? What is the vibe? What is the attire for whatever situation I'm going through?
Yeah. Yeah.
And thanks for asking. I never actually got to tell nobody that.
Yeah, no, man. It's I thought, like you're right now listening to it, it wasn't, they made it bigger than what it was, but you took it on the chin for your boys, and that just shows your character. And man, we gonna, like I said, Jackie's gonna wrap it up for us, man. But I just want to thank you for your time, and I'm looking forward to seeing you rock and roll on the field. I'm looking forward to seeing the Edmonton Elks, return to greatness, and you leading the charge, man. I mean, like I said earlier in the show, I think you're a great player. I think you're a great person, man. I think you're destined for greatness. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just looking forward to seeing your maturation and having an amazing career, and congratulations again on being an amazing dad, man.
Thank you, Scott. I really appreciate it, man. Truly. So grateful to be on the show with y'all. And y'all give me the platform to tell my story. I really appreciate that. Too, Jack.
Yeah,
man. I just I think I got me a little brother, man. I think I got me
You remind me of you. He actually reminded me of you a little bit.
That's all I'm like, man, this dude remind me of me. I was like, humble, just man, just want to work, man. And my only thing it's a few things I want to share, but as Scott said, man, thank you. I thank you, and that's not. I don't take that lightly, man. Yeah, man. I thank you for coming on. I thank you for sharing. But the most important about it, man, is just people will get to see who Nyles, I ain't gonna say really is, but what he passionate about and what you love. And that's what you really are. You know what I'm saying? And so, and in doing that, man, I just say congratulations on the journey. I say congratulations on the decision making you've made. I say congratulations to your mom and your dad and whoever else has been in your corner to get you where you are, because it's not easy. Going to Notre Dame, I remember Scott, and when I say this, he'll know exactly what I'm saying. I go to Notre Dame for a visit. I couldn't stand it because I thought Lou Holtz was racist. I wanted to go to Notre Dame because of Rocket Ismail. When you get to the campus, Scott, you can't walk on the grass. if you have visitors in your room, your feet got to be on the floor and your door got to be open.
And
I
they
knew
got
it was
it's a priest in every dorm
in every dorm.
or none.
Yep, in every
And we
dorm,
got
Scott.
parties. Yep, you got to be out of there, out of the girls' dorm by
It
8
was 6
o'clock.
o'clock.
Something like that.
Well, it was 6
Yeah.
o'clock back then.
Damn.
I'm serious. It was 6 o'clock back then. Like it was 6 o'clock. You can't walk on the grass. Like I said, if you got any type of visitors, your door got to be open. Your feet got to be on the floor. I was like, this ain't college. This is jail.
I probably got kicked out.
I'm
No,
glad they said that before I got there. We didn't have it like that.
yeah,
You know,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it was
yeah.
crazy, and I was just like, beautiful campus. You know,
Mhm.
like he say 90. I'm gonna say 95.5. I ain't see who if you were look like us, you were on the team or you played you played another
Yeah,
sport.
definitely. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, that I
I was
mean,
definitely
so
adding the athletes to that equation.
yeah,
I
exactly. That's what I'm
was
saying. So that's why I'm just like, nah. But I knew it wasn't a place for me, you know.
Yeah.
But man, not Nyles, I say this, man. This has been absolutely amazing, bro. Absolutely
appreciate that.
amazing. Yeah, man. And it's genuine, it's true, it's raw. But the thing about it, it's real.
Yeah,
It's real.
life,
You see
real
what I'm
life.
saying? Life.
Yeah.
And we all have had that journey of that NFL. I had the same thing happen to me in Miami. They
Mm.
told me you belong here, but we can't keep you.
Yeah,
So
that
I'm
one.
like, hey,
Woo.
right. So
Yeah.
when you say
It's
you
so
have
that,
12
but it
tackles,
was
you
like,
have two TFLs, you know, yeah. No, they're not gonna keep you. But when Scott say practice roster, no, because somebody's getting fired.
somebody getting
Who
fired.
missed this? Who messed up this? Who missed this
Yeah,
guy right here?
Yeah.
Get out
Yeah.
of here. And
Yeah.
you know you can't save it. But from me to you, man, I just say I wish you nothing but the best. One with your
like,
family, being a great father, as Scott said, but on the success of this season. When you go out there this year, man, leave it all out there.
oh yeah,
Leave your mark. You know what I'm saying? And I know you know how to play the game because I'm telling you, Scott said this dude can play, Jackie. And when he said that, I did my
mm-hmm.
research. I said this dude can
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, appreciate
play.
that.
So that's how I knew
Mhm.
about your birthday and all that type of get down, man. But you know, from us at Dreams Podcast, man, this is what our show is about. This is what we enjoy. You're the caliber of person. It's not even about the athlete. It's the individual that we love being associated with, loving to share the platform, loving to share, you know, your knowledge, your wisdom. But like I said, the journey, man. That's the journey is
That's
so
what it's all
important.
about. Yeah,
Yes. And so
mm-hmm.
you are even building something that's legacy for your daughter. You know,
100%.
you get to work out, you're doing all these things, man. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep being the person that you are. Keep, you know, just fueling that community because they will need you. And for you to notice that, you know, for you to get up there and figure something out, hey man, like you said, that's God. That's absolutely God, man, to give you
Yeah,
those visions, to give you that drive, to give you that determination, but also give you the gift of reciprocation, giving something back. And that's how we're rewarded.
100%.
So for me to you, man, like I said, if you need my information, we can share that, bro. And if you need any just life. You need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to listen. Hey, man, that's what we do, you know. And man, I just appreciate you as a person. Meeting you, I appreciate what you've shared, but I just appreciate being a part of something that many people don't get to be a part of. You know, so I thank you
Mm-hmm.
for that. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
thank both of y'all
Yeah,
for that,
man.
man. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
All the
man.
words of wisdom coming through. It's good to know that I am on the right path and just get that from two people who look just like me.
Yeah.
Know how bad it could be versus what it is. And like you
Definitely.
said, that journey, we all got to take that journey no matter what race, color we is. But we all, as people, got to take that journey as a person, as a human being. And be proud of your journey, I think, is one of the best gifts you can have of life to see how far you done came.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, yeah, man. Well, another episode, man. Dreams Podcast, man. Locker Room to Reality. Um, this is definitely a special show, man.
Absolutely.
And I can't wait for the people to see this and hear it.
Drop the tape. I'm
And
ready.
how many people, how many lives will be changed when they hear this episode. So, man, from us to you guys, man. Thank you again for both you gentlemen, man. It was an amazing show, great energy, man. And we out of here.
All right,
Absolutely.
y'all.